Hello, today I'm going to talk about the time that I have on my hands. I have all the time in the world. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there's a Twilight episode that has this guy and he goes into like this world and there are many books and he's wearing glasses and he can't read without glasses. And then they break and he's stuck with all those books that he can't read. Yeah, that's pretty much like I am. I've always wanted to, have time to write, have time to research and stuff. And unfortunately, I've learned the hard lesson that I'm not as able as I used to be. I used to read just, for fun, and I would learn stuff like the Epic of Gilgamesh. It's one of my favorite epics, and stuff like that in high school, and I quoted it all the time. But now I'm kind of vague. Like, I don't know if I can trust the information that I get in my head. I know this sounds really weird, but it's like if I try to quote something, like, for example, I have this magazine, and there was a quote from Einstein in it. He was talking about a scientist's place in society, and he I misquoted him and didn't even realize it, and I did it with the Quran too. And I just don't know because I can't. I'm very vague, and that's why I don't know. I know a lot of you want me to go back to work. I used to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go back totally. So I don't know if I am or not. It just depends on what the rater thinks when he does my disability. Yeah, all this time in the world it just passes, and I don't know what to do. I'll read a book and then I'll forget what it's even about on stuff like that. So, it's kind of like my own little torture prison, my own prison torture. But I've written some books, but they aren't very good. And I can work on it, but again, half the time I don't remember what I'm writing. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Put it in the comment section if you like my torture chamber. I'm still trying to get $5 million from Putin in the House and Hideaway after taxes from Putin. And I know he's really big into earning things. And he's like, well, we went to the bottom and we just wished. And it's like, well, you damaged what fragile ability I had to begin with your influence. They didn't have to do that with the video. They didn't have to do that with the picture. They didn't have to do that with Buffy. I am just a person they hate. And I don't know why. People become obsessed with me failing. And I'm not trying to say everyone is out to get me. I'm saying that I have a problem with attracting people who are quite abusive. And I guess that's because I'm kind of vulnerable. I'm not as vulnerable as other people, though, because I am able to, I can talk better. I don't know how to explain it. Like when you're in a mental ward, you see people who are like just totally out of it and stuff. And you're like, thank God that isn't me, but I'm still upset. I wanted to be a writer for a living, and I don't think that's going to happen because I'm not very good at it anymore. I forgot what loom meant after that operation they did. Like my words, I don't know, I jungle them, I do weird things with them. And yes, I have schizophrenia and that doesn't help anything, but yeah, it was the words lost their meaning if you watch Madonna's A Bedtime Story, and I'm slowly recovering from that. Yeah, I know I told you there were some other variables in that. I hit my head because I thought they were going to kill my sister and a bunch of other things. I guess that's when I tried to kill myself. And then the voices, I just couldn't take it anymore. When you hear voices, they drive you nuts. And I don't understand the hospital's way of dealing with delusions and hallucinations. I don't think other countries do this. But you can work through them. The only person you're not going to be able to work with who cannot do anything is probably a disorganized schizophrenic. They have something damaged that damages several parts in their brain, like it happens in stroke victims too. And I don't know what causes it. I'm not saying I'm professional or anything. I lived with disorganized schizophrenics, and I was like, oh dear God, please don't let that happen to me. There have been a couple times when I've been totally out of it from medicine, but other than that, I haven't been that bad. Medicine does help me. It doesn't help me really remember things, but it keeps me calm because I have this state of mind that's very crappy right now. And yeah, so it keeps me calm and it keeps me from feeling bad because I feel like there's nothing in my brain when I'm by myself. I can't get angry. I can't anything. Now I can express these emotions. However, I can't feel them or reason with them myself. And as far as dealing with other people, they expect me to know things and I just don't know now. And not only that, but they'll see something simple like not knowing what the word go means. And they'll be like, oh, well, she's retarded. And I'm like, yeah, well, they made me retarded her. It's kind of annoying. I just wish Putin would come forward and just be like, yes, I used my influence against you. And here is the house on Hideaway, the one by Table Rock Lake. And here is the $5 million so you can sit there until they can fix you. Because I don't like being a gimpy human. I'm not like, oh, do you want this for me because I'm a little girl? It's just annoying. Anyway, so yeah, so pray Putin pays me. And then he doesn't get mad at me. And then he just understands.